Over the span of human existence, the growth and development of who and what we are has evolved in many ways. And each step one takes will affect the marathon of the next millions of people who follow, including the life of yours and the ones that surround you. In times of affliction, I like to remind myself of the quote, "As the twig is bent, so grows the tree." This metaphoric explanation of human growth and development has been carried amongst philosophers and psychologists for centuries. Alexander Pope was the originator of this quote back in 1732 when he published the Epistles of Several Persons. People worldwide can find a deep connection within these 9 simple words, for it explains the episodic experiences of human development, whether they be good or bad experiences, and how we grow from them. You can also connect this phrase to any significant time in someone's life. Take Greta Thunberg, for example. Greta is a 16-year-old girl from Sweden who's been walking out of class for the past 5 months, attending protests and sit-ins at Swedish Parliament to take global action on climate change. I don't know about you, but for me, it's rare to come across a teenage girl as well-informed and responsible as her. But what caused such an upbringing? What occurred to the twig of this tree? Well, it turns out that Greta was the mere age of 8 when she first became concerned with climate change, and at age 11, she became severely ill over the affairs, so far to the extent that she lost about 20 pounds and was diagnosed with OCD, Asperger's disease, and selective mutism. This kind of bend sounds like it could almost snap off the branch, but Greta mended that branch of hers and began growing farther and wider than anyone expected. Furthermore, Greta embodies the developmental theories and assumptions made by fathering psychologists. People like Piaget and Erikson would be in awe over her power. I mean, only at age 8, she figured out the cognitive development theory of transitivity and climate change and begun fighting to solve the problem that the rest of the world ignores every day. And also every day, Greta passionately and actively questions and rebels against authority, but she does it for the good of the world. Greta took her developing passions and worries and turned them into something greater that everyone can and should learn from. Just like all living beings, we as humans simply cannot avoid constant obstacles and bends in everyday life. But in spite of that, we do decide how we grow from them. And it's easy to leave your tree unfixed and broken, but in the long run, it's worth it to see the wonders in life within the wise, unsurpassed tree of yours. I'd like to end with a quote from the poem "Children Learn What They Live" by Dorothy Law Nolt. It reads, "If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns tolerance. And if a child lives with friendliness, they learn the world is a nice place in which to live."